Welcome to Food to Go with Steph and Ro. This week's healthy snack is quinoa applesauce.
The ingredients you'll need are 5 apples, some cinnamon, some water, half a cup of quinoa, and about 2 cups of water. The tools you'll need are 2 pots, one with a lid, a cutting board and a sharp knife, some measuring cups, and a blender or a food processor. Okay, so we've made quinoa and we've made applesauce. And as you know, I now have a toddler at home. And I thought...
Oh, I knew that. Just kidding.
And I thought, how can I get him to eat more protein, right? So anyway, I thought applesauce. People are always feeding their kids applesauce, and we make applesauce. What if we put quinoa that's the same color as apples in the applesauce?
Genius. She's a genius.
And there we go. So we've got a protein and fiber-rich quinoa applesauce for you, and it's very easy. We've made both of these items before, but we're going to show you how easy it is to make them side by side.
And also it's new and improved because our applesauce isn't going to contain any sugar.
We're not putting sugar in it anymore.
We've graduated. No sugar.
We're grown up. Anyway, okay, so I've already sliced the apples, 5 apples for this round. I just slice them into wedges. It's very easy. You can slice them however you want. The bigger the chunks, the longer it takes to cook, so I chop them small. Then I cover the pan with some water at the bottom. You don't really have to be specific at all. Then I'm going to add some cinnamon to the top.
I sure was ready to put it on the stovetop.
I like a lot of cinnamon. And then we're just going to boil these apples, and then I just mix it throughout. It takes about 7 or 8 minutes. The quinoa, at the same time, you will have measured out half a cup. You're going to rinse that, and then you're going to put it in some boiling water. We have our quinoa already boiling on the stove. The quinoa takes about maybe 15 minutes, and the apples take about 7 or 8. So you want to start the quinoa about 7 or 8 minutes before the apples, so that they come out at the same time. Though that's not really vitally important. Okay, so our quinoa is done boiling, it's ready to go, and our apples, 7 to 8 minutes, are done. Now the apples won't cook evenly. Some of them will be overcooked, some of them will be undercooked, but that's the way I like it. We stirred the quinoa once, and we stirred the apples once also. So now we are taking everything off the stove, and we are going to put the apples into, I'm going to let Ro do that actually. I'm so good at spilling. So the apples with the water, which is now kind of like cinnamon apple juice, in the food processor. A blender will also work. You don't have to do it all at one time, so we're not going to do our whole batch here.
I have a small food processor, but once we start blending it, it'll pare down a little.
No. Just the apples. We're just going to make the applesauce. We're just showing you how easy it is to make them alongside each other.
But you might maybe just want to put a dash of quinoa into it.
You might.
Just to see what happens.
Just to be just like us. All right, so here we go, applesauce. Here we come. Okay, you'll want to leave your applesauce chunky because the quinoa is going to make it even chunkier, and it'll be a little less easy to detect. But quinoa does pop a bit under your teeth, so don't try to pass it off as there's no quinoa in here. It's on purpose. All right, so now we just mix the two together. I usually put half the applesauce in, add some quinoa, mix it up. I'll show you how I do that. Do we have a bowl? Bowl, please.
We do.
Bowl, excellent. All right, pour half that applesauce in here.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Sure.
All right, half the applesauce. Here we go.
No, just maybe need it. Okay, teamwork.
Okay, teamwork. Okay, stop. Okay, great. And now we're gonna add some quinoa.
Teamwork again.
Yeah,
you could make this, by yourself, but with a friend.
Stop. Okay, I've added about half the quinoa, and that's probably all you're going to use. Yeah. So if you wanted to make up, a fourth of a cup of quinoa to begin with, you could.
I also have told Steph I often keep cooked quinoa just in my fridge, ready to go, because I mix it with a lot of things. So you could have quinoa prepared ahead of time. You
can also use the dark quinoa if you'd like, but it just makes it look a lot less like applesauce.
Yeah.
So.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah. All right, everybody, we're about ready to taste our quinoa applesauce. It's gonna be really hot. It's a warning for Ro to blow on it. Okay, enjoy this with your friend or toddler.
I'm gonna go with friend.
Thanks for joining us.
Have a healthy week. It's applesauce.
It's like applesauce, but there's definitely quinoa in it.
I don't miss the sugar.
Awesome.
I don't miss it.
Awesome.